I'm not going to lie, I wanted to make a video after Game 4 talking about the possibility of the Mavs pulling off the impossible, but I kept my mouth shut because I didn't want to overreact after the Game 4 blowout. Because I'll be honest, I thought Dallas was coming up with some answers, Game 2 was close, and the second half of Game 3 was phenomenal for the Mavs. Game 4 showed what they could really look like when they were firing on all cylinders, and there was definitely a small ray of hope for them. But Boston ended this with authority in Game 5, so the question remains, what's next for Boston? Is it too early to start the dynasty talks? What upgrades and trades, if any, can Boston pull off this offseason for a repeat bid? Let's take a look. Boston has one of the most well-constructed rosters in the league. Brad Stevens and the rest of the front office have done an amazing job of creating one of the deepest, most talented rosters in the league. Year in and year out, they were clearly making moves that were designed to keep them constantly in contention, and last year's offseason was a sign that Boston was all in on winning a chip this year. After making the finals 2 years ago and losing, then getting eliminated in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, Boston knew it's been on the cusp of a championship for years now. I mean, even before this year's championship run, Boston had already been to 5 Eastern Conference Finals since drafting Jaylen Brown in 2016. However, the ceiling of this team changed in the offseason of 2023 when Boston first traded longtime Boston favorite Marcus Smart for Kristaps Porzingis in a 3-team trade with the Washington Wizards and Memphis Grizzlies. A premier stretch 5 and rim protector, Boston now had an insane front court duo of Porzingis and Horford. They lost a premier perimeter defender in Marcus Smart, but shortly after received an even better all-around player in all-star guard Jrue Holiday, who was traded for with the Bucks. Over the course of the rest of the season, following these two massive blockbusters, Boston would steamroll their way through the regular season, boasting the best record and setting numerous offensive records. That dominance carried through into the postseason as the C's compiled a staggering 16-3 record through the playoffs on their way to hanging their 18th championship banner. Now let's talk dynasties. While there have been talks of the term over the past few years, no true dynasty has arisen since the Golden State era. People thought the Bucks and Nuggets could begin one, but neither team has even made it back to the finals since they won their respective championships. As a matter of fact, there have been 6 different champions in the past 6 seasons. But Boston could have a strong case at ascending to dynasty status. Jaylen Brown, Jrue Holiday, and Porzingis are already signed through the next 2 seasons, and it's only a matter of time until Boston inks Jason Tatum and Derek White to their extensions this upcoming offseason. When this happens, Boston will have their 5 best players and 5 leading scorers under contract through the 2026 season. Sure, playing in the East definitely helped their path be a little easier than the gauntlet over in the West, but they were historically dominant, holding the 3rd best regular season net rating in NBA history. And to be honest, they didn't even play to the best of their ability in the finals. Their defense absolutely dominated the Mavs, holding Dallas below 100 points in all 4 of the Celtics' wins, which is no easy feat in today's offense-driven NBA. But their offense was well below their season average. In the regular season, Boston averaged an incredible 120 points per game and had a strong offense through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs, averaging 111 points per game. But in the finals, Boston's average dropped to 101 points per game. Dallas deserves plenty of credit as their defense was solid, but Boston also never shot well through a whole game like they did so routinely through the regular season. This team is battle-tested and is continuing to build on their amazing chemistry, and that should terrify the rest of the league. And on top of that, this team is so young. Jrue Holiday and Al Horford are the only players on this team even in their 30s, which should help this team remain in position to contend for many more years to come. But that's all I have for today. I do believe that with the front office Boston has in place and their core 5 locked up for the next couple of years, a repeat bid isn't out of the question for the Boston Celtics. And of course, as you guys can see, I am a new channel, so any criticism would be greatly appreciated. Also, feel free to discuss with me in the comments what you guys think, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Thank you.